name is Aidan Kearney,
known online as
Turtleboy, and is a senior editor for
TBDailyNews.com.
They call me
Dr. Turtleboy.
It's my preferred pronoun. Daddy.
What's up, Daddy?
Journalism Jesus. A. Timothy Kearney.
The one and only Turtleboy.
Turtleboy. What's up, Slick? The doctor is here.
This guy's a bad motherfucker.
That's right, the intro.
I've broken a lot of major stories. I've been doing it for about 11 years. I used to be a high school teacher.
Turtleboy has changed a lot over the years. I was once a blogger, but now I'm much more accurately known as an award-winning journalist, a satirist, and an activist. Boom!
They're screaming your name here.
You're the crowd daddy.
crazy.
People either love me or hate me.
Listen, Turtle, all right?
But either way, they're watching.
Don't make such fun of the criminal justice system.
Stop it. I'm never gonna stop. This fight's just getting started. Now let's get this party started.
Welcome to the Weekend Live Show.
508 is where I'm from.
We run down the biggest stories of the week with you every Saturday night. Let us know in the comments right now where you reppin'.
Apache Junction, Taunton, Worcester, Long Island, Manchard, South Florida, Webster, Malden, Framingham, Tucson, Billerica, Salem, Gloucester, Moosop, Connecticut, Charleston, South Carolina, Roslindale, Moosop, Connecticut, London, Hanson, Glendale, Arizona, Lynn, Mapleville, Quincy.
Food stamps, leave your clothes, buddy, and
hey, you a funny ass guy, man.
Have you ever heard of Turtleboy? Yeah? Are you a fan?
508 is where I'm from.
Hey, what's up?
508 is where I'm from.
How was that?
You a freaking idiot. Stop telling people that I'm mentally deranged and stupid.
Call me Aidan. He's not a doctor, but...
Get out of my store, please.
You're a fucking loser.
You are a loser.
You're not a journalist. You're nobody. You're not turtle hair. Don't make such fun of the criminal justice system.
NFL on the house, blog that.
Let's get this party started.
Yo, what's up, turtle people? How's everyone doing tonight? Good, excellent. Welcome to the live show. A little later than usual, guys. I know it's 10 o'clock now. I said I had it 9:30, then I got adjusted. Kids are here. So we're going to watch the football game tomorrow. Big day. Patriots opening day tomorrow. Go Pats. Go Drake May. Go Mike Vrabel. Let's do it. But anyway, thank you all for joining me. I'm still alive. A lot of people were worried about me. There was a tornado hit Holden today, exclusively in my town. They're the only town that got a tornado today. We got a friggin' tornado. I don't think we've ever had a tornado here, but it was at my kid's soccer game, and it was so hot this day. It was he had 2 flag football games this morning. Our coach won the first. It was good. And then it was wicked hot, one of those Florida muggy days. And then later on, we had soccer games in the afternoon. So we're there. And then it was wicked hot again. And then all of a sudden it gets crazy windy. And we hear thunder in the distance, one of those, but crazy wind. You're like, what the hell is going on here? And I drove to Grafton to see my daughter's game. And got there, they canceled the game. They're there's a tornado in Holden. I'm like, we just left there. We missed it. But apparently it touched down. Somebody's house got crushed. It was crazy. But it was I'm good. I think I'm not in the Wizard of Oz or anything like that. I'm still here. So we're here. Anyway, so yeah, welcome guys. If it's your first time here, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Aidan Kearney. You can call me a variety of nicknames if you like. I go by Journalism Jesus, optional. A Timothy Kearney is my true crime name. I'm not at the Crime Con convention because that's gay. And I mean, it's like a Delphi love fest, as if that was the biggest story of the year. And also they think that was like a happy ending. The Delphi story. It's just so gay. I've never seen a gayer thing in my life than Crime Con. I'm so glad I did. I mean, some things are blessings. You look at that and you're like, man, that is just, oh man. Like you're like, wow. So it's run by Fox News, of course, which was in the tank for the Commonwealth during the Karen retrial, just completely. That loser, that boomer Paul Morrow, is that his name? Oh, what a loser. I mean, he had like John DePietro on, and Judge Janine Hack knows nothing about the case at all. Absolutely nothing. So, you know, I was invited by Susan Hendricks. I did a whole thing on it like a month ago, but I don't know if she just didn't ask or maybe they changed their mind. I don't know. But I am just so glad I'm not in Colorado right now because I saw some picture. It's just no buzz. There's no buzz about it whatsoever at all. And I assume Joel's there, and you know, he's pretty gay, so don't want to go anywhere near that guy. Anyway, yeah. Cool. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, so you can call me Turtleboy, Uncle Turtleboy. I prefer Dr. Turtleboy because if Judd Welcher's a doctor, then so am I, and I don't even charge $900 an hour. You can call me Daddy if you'd like. For some people, that might be a little bit weird, but for others, it might be playful and fun, and you know, flirtatious, whatever. For some, it might be weird, so you don't have to call me that. You can call me, you know, different kind of derivatives of that. You can call me Fridge Daddy, Daddy of the Fridge. You can call me Crowd Daddy. I don't care what you call me. Just be here every Tuesday and Saturday night, and make sure you smash that subscribe button for me. Hook me up with a subscribe, will you? All right. Don't cost nothing. It's free, right? You might not like some of the things I say and other stuff, but you should still subscribe anyway. And if you don't, I really don't care. I'm not one of those people. I don't care. That's the thing. It's like, oh, you might unsubscribe for me. If you're the kind of person that is unsubscribed for me after the Karen retrial, I couldn't be happier. Because, I said I wasn't going to say the C word because I think you get demonetized for that. But you're that word. You're a see you next Tuesday. You suck. And I wish you never hit the subscribe button in the first place. That's the only downside about the Karen retrial, is that there's a lot of see you next Tuesdays that decided to subscribe to me. Like 163,000 people subscribed, right? And so I'm like, you know, some people, I don't want them here. They're not my type of people. And then, because then as soon as the trial ends, like, you know, they're like, oh, he's bad. I don't support Turtleboy. He says bad words and he's mean to Karen Reed. He's slightly critical of Karen Reed. We can't ever say anything about the Patriots saying Karen Reed. We can't ever do that, right? We have to work. It's like hero worship. It's like, oh, okay, sorry, apologize, people. Things get real around here. That's the problem. If you don't like real, this is not the channel for you. I'm telling you right now. Just might want to try something else. I don't know what to tell you, but this is a keeping it real channel. Anyway, yeah. So that's that. What else is going on? Yeah, if you guys want to have your messages read out loud to the class tonight, you can click at the link at the top for something called Turtle Chat. And when you do that, you can pay whatever you want, and I will read your message out loud to the class when you write a message. Okay. Also, tomorrow, big shout out to my guy, the Glarer, Will the Glarer. He is doing a 12-hour fundraiser for the Turtleboy Legal Defense Fund, which is dope. And please, I'll be jumping on at some point. He says he's got a lot of great guests lined up. I'm looking forward to that. You know, he's gonna like his marathon. He would raise like 20 grand a pop every time he did a Karen Reed Legal Defense fundraiser. So, you know, that would be cool if you guys could do that. You know, we'll see what happens. But and this is I don't know how memberships work. I mean, I have Turtle Club, so I don't really I don't even know what I'd offer for memberships. So not entirely sure, but yeah, I believe he starts at, let's see. I believe he starts at, let's see what time the Glare starts. Glare. he is starting at, I just saw it, 12 p.m. 12 p.m. So I realize that's through like football and everything, but that's cool too, you know? So go check it out. Go give him a sub. He's at 47.6 thousand subscribers. He could use, let's get him to 50,000 subs, man. Let's get him to 50,000. Hook it up. Hook it up. So yeah, a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. A lot of people in the chat, like a lot of random stuff going on. There's this Lynn cop situation I want to talk about, briefly get into, all sorts of other stuff. And there was something about Joel. Oh yeah, the Wilbur. So Wilbur Theater, 6 more days, baby. 6 more days. And where'd it go? We are almost at a sellout. Like we are very close to getting a sellout. Remember, 7:30, doors open at 6:30 at the Wilbur Theater. All right. So we sold all of these out like a day. We have sold out all these seats, which are like the mezzanine balcony. No, these are the mezzanine seats. They're gone. And then the balcony seats are left. I counted 130 something tickets left, meaning we've sold well over 900 tickets. And I just can't freaking wait, man. This is so cool. And like, I go on, I just randomly checked like other Wilbur shows. Not that, you know, it's a competition or anything, but like this is the guy the night before me. You know, it's a Thursday, a little different. I don't know. His name is Phil. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but they don't even, a lot of these shows don't even sell tickets in the balcony. And by the way, the balcony seats at the Wilbur are great. They are just as good as like, it's just, there's not a bad seat in the whole theater. And so, but you look at this, you're like, you got a lot of empty seats and he's selling them for cheaper, you know, at least $66 up there. Okay. Then what else we got? We got cheese from Old School, also known as Ari Gold from Entourage. I mean, this dude's like Dean Wormer, you know, he's, you know, I'm not that it's a competition, but he's there the next Friday. And, you know, I wasn't even in Old School. I wasn't even in that movie. And I feel like I'm selling a lot of tickets. So, yeah, really looking forward to seeing what will happen, man. I can't wait. And you're right. The best revenge is success. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have a great time that night. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. I just can't wait. I can't wait. We got a lot of good things going. So, what else we got going on? Let's see. I had a couple other announcements. I should write shit down. Oh, Ratchet Madness. It's here. Okay. So we have our finalists for Ratchet Madness. If you guys don't know, the final four, okay, was Jennifer McCabe. I'll just pull it up right here. Oh, and the Microdots new work too. We got to talk about that. So this is the Ratchet Madness. Okay. The final four was Jen McCabe, a 1 seed, Krusty Panties, a 1 seed, Proctor, a 1 seed, and Fake Victim, a 2 seed. Okay. That was the Spanky region. It's the only one where a 1 seed did not come out of. So who do you guys think? Who last year's final was Jen McCabe against Proctor. That was the final last year. And the winner, of course, was Jennifer McCabe. Who do you guys think made the finals this time around? It's because the voting is officially over. All right. Who do you guys think made the finals this time around? What do you guys think? Jen and Fake Victim. There's only so many possibilities. There were 6 possibilities. It could be Jen versus Fake Victim, Jen versus Proctor rematch. It could be Krusty versus Fake Victim or Krusty versus Proctor. It's got to be one of those 4, right? And let's find out. Let's find out who our finalists are going to be. And I think we should announce the winner at the whatchamacallit on I mean, I'm seeing a lot of people with this one. Jen versus Fake Victim. Nobody says Proctor, huh? I don't see anybody Proctor. I'm going to announce the winner at the Wilbur show. Okay. But, all right. The first finalist is Krusty Panties. She's in the finals. This is her 4th Ratchet Madness. She has never made a finals before. This is the first time she's made a finals. So she's obviously never won. And she will be facing off against the fake victim. All right. So that's your final right there. Fake. I mean, is that not the most perfect final ever? Fake victim versus Krusty. Is that not like the most epic Ratchet Madness like championship ever? I couldn't think of a better one than that. I mean, that's so perfect. I would have been pissed if it was Proctor against Jen McCabe again. I would have been like, fuck, this is boring. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. People want new blood. And they are the more traditional versions of Ratchet. Like if Krusty Panties was accused, or fake victim was like accused of being involved in a murder cover-up, like they wouldn't be able to hide behind the like, oh, I'm just a normal soccer mom. It's like, no, you're not. You're fake victim. You're Krusty. Like you're not that at all. Like you are the opposite of a normal mom. You are the worst moms actually ever. So you are you're a more traditional Ratchets, I would say, that they are. So we'll be starting that one soon. I'm going to announce the winner. We'll have all week. The voting will be all week for that, for the championship. The winner will be announced during the Wilbur show. I'm going to announce the Wilbur show. So we'll have some sort of thing for that. And then word will get out and I'll make another announcement for everybody else. But yeah, that's it. That's going to be our final. It's a tough one. I mean, there's no one without the other. They're I don't know if they're turning on each other or what. I don't really care. One of them has made their glorious return to the Twit-Twat. One of them has disappeared from the Twit-Twat. The other has made their glorious return to the Twit-Twat and followed me. It's like the first thing she did when she got back, because of course she did. And you know, very scared though. They're very, very scared of me. That's why she's following me. And so, yeah, I mean, you know, Krusty mentored the fake victim. She did. But then the fake, it's like, you can't control somebody like that. They're too crazy. They're just too fucked. Like you can't like a friendship that revolves around a mutual hatred of a man named Turtleboy is just not a friendship that's built to last. It's not the foundation, a solid building block of a long-term friendship. You know what I mean? Like that's not I wouldn't recommend becoming best friends with somebody over that. It's just not going to last, you know? It's not a real friendship. So anyway, that is what that is. So speaking of, Microdots has a new video coming out. All right. And if you guys don't know Microdots, you're missing it. You don't know what you're missing. All right. Everybody knows Microdots. Microdots, you should give him a sub. Guy by the name of Richie. I met Richie in this process. He sent me a message on the Twit-Twat on my backup account back in May of 2023 saying, love what you're doing with this. I want in. I want to be involved. You know, I think what you're doing is historic and I want to document it all. And, you know, Rich's got a full-time job and everything, but this is a hobby of his, Microdot. So he's like, he goes around filming me and documenting me and starts putting out really cool videos as well about it. He ends up getting hired by the Karen Reed legal defense team in the first trial and does a lot of the visuals that are used at the trial came from Microdots. And so he just makes awesome killer movies about this stuff. Not movies, like videos, like 30-minute videos. Like they're awesome. And so he approached me a few weeks ago and is like, I want to do a video about the night that you, Christmas Eve night when you, you know, the incident that led to you going to jail, right? Hold on, I got lawyers texting. Hold on. Yeah. Move the phone. Okay, is the phone a little static? Okay, hopefully, let me know if there's static, guys. Feel free to let me know. But yeah, so that was the night that I, you know, the first domino in the chain of events that led to me being incarcerated. And this was, let's pull it up. We got him. I just got to change the. Now, here's the deal. First of all, you got to sub to his channel, and I can't play the video that's on his channel because it's got this like version of the little drummer boy, and I'm gonna get copyright on that because I'm monetized now. So these are things I didn't have to worry about before that I now have to worry about now. So I am gonna play this video here. All right. Without the little drummer boy stuff, but it's much better with the, you got to go watch it on Richie's, but I'll give you the without the drummer boy because the music does add a lot. I got to be honest. So let me just set the settings, the audio. All right, here we go. What are you going to try to do? Are you going to try to frame me for something?
Frame me? Like,
they called me pa rumpa pum pum. A newborn king to see pa rumpa pum pum. I played my drums for him, pa rumpa pum pum.
All my kids would be in the car and drive to your fucking house and sit in your driveway and let it happen in 3 hours of your driveway. You wouldn't fucking do this to me. I'll wake up all my kids right now.
My finest gifts to bring pa rumpa pum pum.
You can't fucking leave me. I'm gonna fucking, like, you don't understand. It's literally like giving birth. I can't be alone.
I did not hang up this.
You told me to fucking take it.
I certainly did.
You told me you did.
That was awesome. Hold on. That was awesome. So it's much better. I don't know if you guys could hear me singing along there, but yeah, that's actual audio from that night. There is more audio, I guess, that Richie has. That I sent out like that Christmas Eve night. I sent out a bunch of audio to people because to like try to save my rep. Because there's more audio you guys haven't heard that's out there from leading up to that. So but yeah, how about that part right there where it was like this is the part where he's like wild about where to go. So that's Tully, right? And there's Mello with the stain and the singular apple. Like that is exactly how I imagine Mello's fridge looking. That is exactly what I imagine it looking like. And just her with the fake crying all night. I assume this is Mello's house. I'm assuming. Wait, what's Lipitor? Oh, Ken Mello. Yep, it's got his name on it. Yeah. This is what I imagine Ken Mello's house looking like. It's true. Yeah, and that he just does such a great job. Like this was her fancy apartment building. It was nice in there. But this like brought me back. I'm like, oof. I'm like, that was not good. Not good. There's Tully. I mean, this is what they were doing on Christmas Eve, was plotting this stuff, And then the kids in the bed. This one. How about this one? Like the kid witnessing the whole thing, like being awake and being like coming out. Like it's so freaking accurate. Like he's got the whole layout of the apartment. Like he's got me falling asleep at the wheel of the car, crashing. Like it's just too good, man. I can't wait for this. It's going to be so good. So anyway, yeah, because that all happened, and exactly. Pray for Clay. Just pray for Clay. Hashtag. All right, cool. Let me read some turtle chats before we get started here, shall we? All right. First up, we got Colleen sends $25 and goes, I just bought my tickets to Turtleboy Live at the Wilbur. I can't wait to see you and Auntie Deb. It's gonna be dope. I can't wait for you to see me either. Thank you very much, Colleen B. It's gonna be awesome. Thank you. Claire sends $25 and goes, happy Saturday, doctor. Keep fighting the good fight. Much love and support always. Hashtag free turtle boy. Well, thank you very much, Claire. You are a sweetheart. Thank you. The retard sends $10, goes, I'm not sure if this has ever been discussed on your show, but the fact that Massachusetts doesn't have a speedy trial statute is insane. If they had, would you have waived your speedy trial rights, or would you have forced them to try you within the speedy trial time period? Free Turtleboy. That's something you have a right to a speedy trial in Massachusetts. And, but that's something we considered early on, but we're like, nah, there's just too much stuff. It's just, thank God I didn't do that. There's just too much stuff, like way too, like we have discovered too much stuff that's why they call it discovery. You discover a whole lot of stuff. And Mega Motion's coming out. Bettero's working on it again today with Olivia, and we got Bradle and Cordy doing their thing too. Like all the wheels are in motion with this, man. The gears are grinding, and Mega Motion probably will not be out before the Wilbur because there's just too much stuff, but it'll probably be out shortly afterwards. It's got to be, because we got the hearing coming up on the 24th when this is going to be argued and heard in court. All right. So there's that. Next, Lindsay sends $10 and goes, pretty sure the hate I got on YouTube for having your back was when Jen McTeat and her friends asked her if she was playing It's Raining Men. Yeah, I mean, she doesn't have much support on there, so probably was some knob. Who knows? I mean, most people supporting the McAlberts are not from here. They're just true crime junkies that just got into it and didn't like Karen Reed. Didn't like Karen Reed. And that's all it comes down to. I mean, it is a unique story. And I've said, and I don't care if people give me shit for this, it's true. It is a unique story in that, like, she really was, when you think about it, the perfect person to frame for murder. Like, you couldn't have come up with a better person to frame for murder for them than Karen Reed. Like, it's like she just, again, I'm team Karen Reed. Always have been, always will be. But like, she gave them a fighting chance with like the court stuff. You know what I mean? Because that's not me talking. That's the jurors talking. Like, that's what they said. The jurors didn't like that. Right. Like, so she, like, the faces in court and whatnot, like, and the interviews didn't really hurt. And like, I have not heard a single juror say that the interviews hurt. Not one juror has said that. So I can't say that the interviews, I didn't think the interviews were good. I mean, I don't know. I've never heard of somebody that thought the interviews were good besides Alan Jackson. And we know he's going to say that because that's his client. You know what I mean? He's not going to say that, like, yeah, that was a fucking disaster. What's he going to say to that? But it really was a unique situation because it's like, you couldn't pick somebody to frame for murder that could go better than that. You know what I mean? Like, and you got the Higgins text messages that, like, he knew about, but not, like, there's a reason he couldn't wait to print those out. The reason, like, him and Kelchi were down printing them out, doing that. I mean, she was a very, very convenient fall guy, like, because like those, and the fact that she left those voicemails screaming, those voicemails prove that she's innocent. Those voicemails prove that she thinks he's alive. Like, that's the best part about those voicemails. But they are also, like, people hear those, jurors hear those, and like, yikes, oof, easy pussycat. Like, that's what a lot of guys were saying. Like, and people hear that and they're like, whoa, especially men. And that was a problem on the last trial. It was like some of the men on the jury were the ones that thought that she was guilty. So it was a problem. Like, she was the ideal person, I believe, for these guys to frame, for a murder. And again, this shouldn't even been a fighting chance for the Commonwealth. It was the weakest case I've ever seen, the weakest. But anyway, okay, next up. This is $10 from Jen. It says, DTB, Dr. Turtleboy, justice for Micah. I feel like you are the perfect person to call JP Miller out on his bullshit. Just saying, look into it for real. Kisses. P.S. Evan, get well soon. I miss you. Yeah, I mean, that's one story that people have told me to look into. The Micah Miller story in South Carolina. Is that her name? Micah, did I say that wrong? JP Miller. Yeah. And maybe I will when I ever get some free time. We'll see. So thank you very much for that. Once Mega Motion's over. All right, next up. Krista sends $5 and goes, will Brad Bradley still be coming on the show? Yeah, that's another one. It's like I need more time to like review that. I can't do anything this week. The Wilbur thing is this week. I am solely focused on the Wilbur right now. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on all week, basically, and Mega Motion. That's it. All right, next up. Diane sends $35 and goes, the chat rats hope to help free Turtleboy. So we will. Danny Thomas and the chat rats will stay. What is this chat rat thing that people keep talking about? I don't know what it is, but I think it's a YouTube thing. I think it's a YouTube presentation, I believe. I'm not entirely sure, but it sounds like a good time. Thanks, chat rats. All right, next up. Ashley sends $5 and goes, I can't wait to see you Friday night. I can't wait to see you either, Ashley. Love you. Thank you very much. Ellen sends $10 and goes, what is on your shirt? Journalism Jesus. This is Journalism Jesus. And there's a Jen McTooth and Brian Albert and Chris Albert and Lally and a bunch of other schmucks. Okay. And Colin Albert's in there and all the douchebags. There we go. So thank you very much. I don't think we sell this in the store anymore, but maybe we should. Melissa sends $10 and goes, when Vinny mentioned you today at CrimeCon, I shouted out free Turtleboy and there was a big cheer. And Marsha Clark mentioned you by name from the stage too. Does anyone have video of that? Marsha Clark mentioned me? Oh, wow. Wow, good thing you didn't yell free OJ. Wow. Anybody got a video of that? That sounds so cool. I remember her when I was a kid, even though she lost that, the OJ trial, but it wasn't her fault. I mean, not entirely her fault, but I mean, Christopher Darden's the one that made him put on the glove. That didn't work out very well, did it? Okay. Hold on. Why are people texting me? All right. Let's see. All right, cool. Next up. Let me refresh this. All right. Mammy Jammy sends $10, goes, I'm loving the hair. Looking good. I've never grown my hair out this long before. So I definitely, but I got to get a cut, some type of cut before the Wilbur. We'll figure that one out. Thank you. Shelly sends $10 and goes, hey, doctor, shout out to my nephew, Maxwell Spencer, who made his college football debut tonight, scoring 2 field goals and 3 point-after tries. Best of luck to you with your case. Well, thank you, Shelly. And congratulations to Maxwell Spencer. I knew you could kick it in, buddy. Good job. Excellent work. All right, cool. The next time, get a touchdown. No more field goals. Tell your teammates to work a little harder. How about that? All right. Let me see if we have any cash apps. Again, my cash app is $ Uncle Turtleboy. You get phone notifications. Oh, yeah. We got one here from Marciella sends $10 and goes, thank you for all you do in San Antonio, Texas. Oh, love it. Love it. Thank you. Got one here from Melanie. She says, not Melanie Little, new microdots is next level. I can't wait. I can't wait either, Melanie. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Shannon sends $5 and goes, Boomer Sooner. Print that. What's the score in that game? 21-13. Sooners. Keep me posted on that one if the Wolverines come back. Thank you. The game sucked in college football this week. It's like this was like the Washington Generals week. Like everybody played someone sucky. Ohio State won 70-0. Oregon won like 69-3. It's so stupid. Notre Dame had the week off. Penn State won by a lot. Like it was dumb. It was dumb. The only team that lost was the Gators. Casey sends $5 and says, happy birthday, Hope. You go, Hope. Great job. Excellent work. Way to turn another year. Way to survive the trip around the sun. Okay, cool. If anyone else wants their messages read out loud to the class, please click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat, or you can cash at me at $ Uncle Turtleboy, and we can do it that way. All right, cool. So I got a bunch of random stuff to get through tonight that I want to talk about. Let's see. Hold on. I know I had it somewhere. A bunch of people I want to start with this thing with the Lynn police. You guys see this video? It's a wild video. Look at this. So this is a video from, I don't know if this is from a traffic stop or what, of a Lynn police officer who appears to be on something. They have said this is a medical episode. I don't know if you guys have seen this. If you guys don't know Massachusetts, what Lynn is, it's the city of sin. It's a town in the North Shore of Massachusetts, right above like Revere and Saugus, and like right below Salem and Peabody. And it's, you know, it's got, I'm sure the police there have a lot of issues to deal with as far as scumbags, right? But this cop does not appear to be in good condition to take care of those scumbags. Let's see what happens.
And what's your name? Probably don't even know. Can't even speak. Nope. No, this motherfucker's high. Look at him. No, you're gonna lose your job, motherfucker. Gonna lose your job. Gonna lose your job, motherfucker. Look at him. Look at him. Gonna lose his job. Look at him. Oh, look at him.
So
high as fuck.
How is this?
High as fucking on the job.
Like I told
Gonna
you.
come and deal with shit.
No, like I told you, you're coming off a double and you got on a bad back.
That's
So
right.
relax.
Yep. Call your sergeant right now. Call your sergeant.
We're not gonna
Call your sergeant. And what's your name?
Officer Mason.
What's your name? What's your name?
They are.
Protecting him. What's your name?
What's my name?
Yes.
Officer Sapinski.
And what's your name? Probably don't even know.
Jesus
Can't even speak.
Christ.
Nope. No, this motherfucker's high. Look at him. No, you're gonna lose your job, motherfucker.
You wrong.
Gonna
He
lose
said,
your
he said
job.
you wrong.
Gonna
He said
lose
you
your
wrong.
job, motherfucker. Look at him. Look at him. Gonna lose his job. Gonna lose his job. The drug mother.
Okay, so I don't know the whole story here. You know me. Call me crazy. I like the whole story. That's obviously been edited because we see the part at the end, also at the beginning. I don't know what's happening there. The Lynn Police Department has put out. It is funny he said you wrong. It is funny, but the Lynn Police have put out a statement saying that he was having a medical episode and that he's on leave right now, and that they're looking into it. They're investigating it. I have a lot of questions about this. I have a lot of questions. For starters, not a fan of the videographer. He seems like an asshole. I don't know the whole story. I don't know if it's like is this a traffic stop? Maybe the chat can help me out. I haven't looked into this. Is this a traffic stop? Is it like what? How is he? Why are there 3 cops there? And why is he filming them? You know, I mean, the way he's yelling at him like that, like you can get fired. It's just like, what's happening? You know, I don't know. It's a real video. Like the police have confirmed this is a real video. What's the glare say? I like the guy. He's definitely an asshole, but I like him. Okay, I don't know much about him. I don't know anything about the guy. Maybe you guys do, but you know, if he's high, I mean, if he's on, so you're telling me he came to work on heroin. So I know who the cop is. Somebody send me their identity. Hold on. I got it right here. I'm pretty sure this is the cop. You guys tell me if this is the same guy. Let me download these real quick. Got some pictures here. Again, I'm not 100% certain that this is him, so I don't want to like. I'm just saying he looks like him, and all right, let me pull these up. All right, hold on. Where'd they go? There they are. All right. Stop this one. I mean, all right. So this is the Lynn Police Department. You tell me, does that look like him? They have Officer Johnson. This is recent. So he's been on Officer Johnson, if that's him, has been on the job for like 4 months or something like that. He was the Tewksbury Police before. Officer Stephen Johnson, if that's him. I'm not entirely sure. Again, Officer Stephen Johnson, if this is not you, I apologize. But you look like that guy. I'm just saying. No offense. He's from Tewksbury. All right. That's another town, Tewksbury, that if you saw the way it was spelled, you would never guess it was called Tewksbury. Yeah. Okay. So you guys tell me. I mean, then you look at this, like, is that him? You guys don't think it's him? I don't know. It looks like him. I'm just saying. But I could be wrong. I apologize to Stephen Johnson if that's not you. I really apologize. It might not be. I don't know. Just somebody sent me that and said it looked like you. But if it's not you, I apologize ahead of time. But kind of looks like you. You know, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's you. Just like I'd never said that Colin Albert dealt drugs at a D&E Pizza. You know, maybe it's John Barron. Maybe that was John Barron. I don't know. Either way, do you guys think he was high? Let's do a little chat thing. Let's see if he was high in the chat. Take a little vote on this. Little vote. Start a poll. Was the Lynn cop high? Yes or no? What do you guys think? Was he high? Because he was driving. That means he was like driving. I don't. I want to give people the doubt. I the benefit of the doubt. I do. You know, it is interesting how the default of the police is immediately to be like, "Oh, bad back." I mean, you just could not comment. I mean, but it's tough. You know, I get it. It's tough. Stroke. I mean, he could have been. You're right. Addiction does not discriminate. You're 100% right about that. Let's see what the chat says. It says 800 of you have voted. 79%, 80% think he's high. It's a good amount. It's a good, the chat has spoken. The chat has spoken, or maybe he just got the COVID jab. I don't know. Maybe he got that. I don't know. You tell me. But he looks like he was having a tough time. He was definitely having a tough time there. So I don't know if there's more to it than that. What other people are saying, the glare seems to know who this guy is. Maybe he can help me out here. Let's see. Either way, I think we can all agree, he came into work like that. How did that roll call, like, no one noticed that, like, this dude ain't right, man. There's something's wrong with this boy. Like, I don't think he's right today. Like, maybe we should do something about that. I don't know. But, okay, cool. Your picture was him? You guys think it was him? I don't know. Yeah, Nurse Kim would know if that was real. No, I don't know him. He just made me laugh. Okay. All right. Gotcha. I mean, he was a little bit aggressive. He was just kind of douchey, I thought, like even if he was high, like it's not like it's bad, but he's acting like he's like, it's more like fucking crazy. Like this cop is high. It's not like, I don't care. Suppose that cop is high on heroin. He's still a better cop than Brian Tully, like by a lot. I'd much rather have that guy with a gun and a badge than Yuri Buchanan. It's like without at least, yeah, he might be a crackhead. He might be high, and you're right. That is a low bar. That is a low bar I have, but I just, if he's coming to work high like that, he's got a bad addiction, like a real bad addiction. And I just don't know what to say about that. Oh, speaking of, another thing we got to talk about. This Philadelphia baseball game thing. Do you guys see this? Hold on. It's fucking all over the internet, obviously. It's like dominated. So check this out. So oops. So Miami Marlins playing the Philadelphia Phillies down in Miami. For you guys who don't know baseball, the Phillies are in first place in the NL East. They're going to the playoffs again. They got a lot of money. They're a powerhouse franchise. The Marlins suck. They have no money, and they're just a loser baseball team. And now it's September, and in September, nobody goes to games if you're out of the playoffs. So the stadium is probably filled with Philly fans in Miami. And it was. I thought this was a Philly home game because everyone there was a Phillies fan. But the Phillies hit a home run, and this is what happened in the outfield. If you haven't seen it, watch. The ball goes right here, okay? And now watch this guy and watch what he does. He gets the ball. He brings it over to his kid. Nice day at the ball game, right? Isn't that sweet? Isn't that a nice thing? Isn't that sweet? Look at that. You got to love it. That's what America's all about right there. Taking your son to the ballpark. He even brought a glove. Chances of him catching a ball are slim to none, but hey, look, it's your lucky day. You know, the ball bounced right to you. And here's your son. I mean, what a great moment that was. And then this happens. Like, what? She wants the ball. And negotiate. And then the dad takes the ball from the kid's glove. And he's like, fine, you want it? Take it. And she actually takes it. She actually takes it back. I mean, look, you couldn't come up with the worst supervillain than this. It looks like the love child of Cruella DeVille and Elizabeth Warren. Like, look at her. Look at her. This is everything wrong with America in one picture here. Okay. And this guy's trying to have a nice game, ballpark game, nice day at the ballpark with his kid. And then this crazy lunatic comes over and does this. Okay. Now, my take on this is simple. Okay. And I posted this on my page, on my Twitch twat. It's like that. So she's horrible. Actually, hold on. Before I give my take on it, there's a couple other videos of this too. What
a long home run to left.
Hold on. Oh. So yeah, they came over and they gave him all this free shit. Isn't that nice? All right. Now this chick's version of it, her cell phone version is very good. All right, watch this. Is that 15 seconds? 21 seconds. You fucking asshole.
Hear it! Hear it!
They're already calling her Karen. No, it wasn't. Wow. Wow. That is unbelievable. There's another video of her talking to another fan. Oh, dude, this is like all over the internet. This is like what everyone was talking about today was this video. It's just crazy. So either way, right? First of all, if you've never been to a baseball game before, people like I've seen some idiots be like, well, he took it from her. Bitch, no, he didn't. Have you guys ever been to a baseball game before? The ball comes in to this. If the ball gets hit towards you in the crowd, you better fucking catch it. If you don't catch it, you're not getting it. If it bounces off of your hand or something and it goes in the seat for you, don't own that ball. You have to catch the freaking ball. That's the rule. You can't take it out of someone's hands, but you better catch the ball. If it hits your hand and it bounces down, that ball is up for grabs. I'm sorry. What planet are we living on? This is supposed to be a civilized society. What planet are we living on where you touch the ball, it's yours? That's not how it works. You catch the ball, it's yours, right? So it is a lucky bounce. It bounced right to the guy. Lucky day. Goes and gives it to him. Goes and gives it to his kid. Okay. So that's take number one. Take number two on this is the obvious one. What ACU next Tuesday? I mean, to go over there, and if it was just the dad, it would still be fucked up. It'd be embarrassed. First of all, it's a fucking ball. Like, who you really care that much about foul? I mean, it's a home run ball, but who gives a fuck? You really care that much about it? But taking it from a man would be one thing, but you took it from a fucking kid. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, lady? Like, that is insane. That is insane. Now, take number three. All right. Is that the dad did the right thing, giving it back. Like, I think that was the right move for a number of reasons. Number one, it paid off because the kid got a whole bunch of free shit. People are giving him, like, bro, it's gone viral. He's going to get so much free shit. Tickets to the World Series now. If he has a Twitter, he's going to like blow up. The dad could start a YouTube channel right now and like get 100,000 subs in like 5 seconds. Just blasting this woman. You know, he could be a horrible person. It's a great marketing opportunity for them right now because they're famous and everybody feels bad for them. Everybody wants to like them. So they're going to get, like, I heard they got a trailer out of this, somebody said, or a caravan. I don't know what they got. Tickets to the World Series. He got to meet the player, right, who hit the home run. Look at that. Here she is afterwards. Like, bro, look at that. She's got the ball in the bag. Oh, disgusting. Just look at her. Look at her. Like a cartoon villain. But yeah, they met the Phillies going home with the signed bat from Bader, the guy that hit the home run. Very, very cool. All right. And you know, this is what you're supposed to do when you catch a foul ball. There you go. Here you go, kid. There you go, kid. I mean, it's a freaking ball, you know? So the dad, I think, did the right thing. I mean, first of all, the people are making fun of the dad because of the look he gave to. Like, first of all, he's hugging his son. He loves his son. That's a good thing. And watch him jump here. Like, he's like, I would jump too. I'd be like, what? Who is this? What is this sorcery? Who is this angry? Like, why does your hair look like that? Why? Who made you? Look at you. You're disgusting. Like, I don't want your AIDS or whatever you have. I don't want it. Go away. I wish you had my Karen spray. Go away. And he's touched her. He touched her. He touched him. He's like, don't touch me. You know, no hands. So I don't get whatever. So then she's screaming at him and the kid's like horrified by it. He just goes, fine, gives the ball back. Who cares? That was 1000%. That's exactly what you should teach your kids. All right. Because I mean, he would have been, I would have had no problem with it if he hung on to the ball either. If he was just stood his ground, I would have no problem with that either. But I think he did the right thing by giving it back, because what lesson did he teach his kid here? He taught his kid that, like, sometimes don't fuck with crazy people. It's not worth it. Like, suppose you get in you get in a like some sort like a fender bender with some crazy person, right? And they get out of their car, they're all aggressive towards you. I mean, you gonna get out and be aggressive towards them back? No. What if they fucking kill you? Yeah, you might be right, it might be, but you're fucking dead. So where does that get you? Like, so not every fight is worth fighting. Not every fight is worth fighting. And I think that's the lesson that the dad taught the son, is that, like, don't pick your battles. Like, you don't have to fight every battle. You don't have to deal with these fucking crazy people out there. Just let them go. They're not worth it. They're not worth the time. Just let them go. Okay. But then I go on social media today and, there's this, what's his name? I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's like a talking head conservative guy. Jack Posobiec, is that his name? Okay. Poso? Posse. Okay, whatever his name is, some Polish guy. He is a right-wing, he's like one of these like right-wing grifting influencers. He's one of the guys that went to the White House when Trump got elected, and like they were like, oh, we're gonna like unleash the Epstein binders and blah, blah, blah. And all these fucking, if you had like 1 million followers on Twitter and you were like, conservative or whatever, you got to go to the White House and they gave you this binder, and then you got to pose for a picture with it. Like, oh, cool. Look at me. I'm an influencer. Yeah. And all these people, they just say the same shit on. And again, this is coming from a Trump voter, but not one of these people ever says anything interesting ever at all. Like they say the same fucking shit, every single one of them. Right. And they're like, oh, look at us. I'm cool. I'm in the in crowd. I'm an influencer. Yeah, cool. This White House is hip. Yeah, they understand young people like this stuff. Look at me, Epstein. And then fucking what happened with that? Nothing. And it appears as if Donald Trump is wants it, to keep it on the down low. So yeah, she did kind of look like Megan Rapinoe too. Everybody assumes she's a liberal because, I mean, look at her. I mean, that's what people. I mean, if that woman is a right-wing conservative woman, I'll eat my shoe. But whatever. Anyway, so this guy has been going at it today, calling this guy, like, check out this guy's twat. So he had this whole thing about how the Phillies Karen and the death of American manhood. Why we're losing our nation, one surrender at a time. Ooh, American manhood. So he kept calling the guy a coward or something today. Let's see. If you go on here, he keeps calling the guy like a cock. This guy's got like 3 million followers somehow. Again, I don't know much about him. He's just a talking head that appears on my thing. This is wrong. She didn't take the ball. It was handed to her by a weak father. Oh, he's so weak. So this is what he writes. And I've seen a lot of gay shit on the internet, but this is the gayest thing I've ever heard. So he's like, these people are all the same. They're all like, oh yeah, we need manly men in America back. This is what we need. Too many beta males, and we need manly men to stand up and give it to the liberal Karens and blah, blah, blah. Or you can just not fucking like get into a big thing in front of your kid. How about that? Like how, like that. So how I would say that's being a manly man. It's like just not getting in a fight in front of your goddamn kid, like that's being a good dad, I would argue. So this is what he writes. And this is, again, whew. Dad was born in the 1950s, a true son of the city of brotherly love, tough as nails, quick with the comeback, and built like he could go toe to toe with any bleacher bum who looked at him sideways. Oh, big tough guy. We'd snag seats in the upper deck, red hats on our heads, cheering for the Phillies, especially in 93. Like our lives depended on it. And they did, in a way. Ooh, those games weren't just baseball. They were a ritual of grit. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Talk about repressed homosexuality, dude. This is sad. And then he goes, where men stood their ground. Ooh. Families bonded over cold beer and soda and foul balls. And nobody backed down from a scrap over a ball. Like that is, I mean, I've seen a lot of gay things on the internet. That is the gayest thing I've ever seen on the internet. Like, bro, you are, that is the, talk about try hard, dude. Talk about a try hard. This came up in my time. I'm like, dude, this sounds gay. You are just trying way too hard. And then he chirps back with this. Don't you have people to harass? Innocent people. Oh, you want to go there, pal? You want to go there, pal? Don't you have like a binder to hold up outside of the White House because Trump gave you a little cookie? Did he? Did Trump give you a little cookie? Did he make you feel good? Dude, he called Widow Jackie to the White House and he gave you a little binder with the Epstein files on it. Yeah, did you actually look in the binder? Because ain't shit in there, is there? It wasn't in there. But you got to go to the White House and Trump patted you on the head like a good doggy. And now you never criticize Trump on Twitter, do you? You a good doggy. You a good doggy for Daddy Trump, aren't you? That's what you are. Oh my God. Pathetic. And yeah, it's like, don't you have innocent people to harass? Okay, so big mistake, because that's acknowledging you know who I am. Okay. So strike, because I don't know shit about you. You're some right-wing talking head. I don't know anything else about you, but you know shit about me. So I'm already winning this battle when it comes to relevance. All right. And he's like, no. And it's like asking questions to murderers, bro, actually isn't harassment, soy boy. You know, Jack Poso boy. Don't you have a signed photo op to grift off of? How's that Epstein binder? Yeah. And like he posted something earlier about like, I'm like a big tough guy or something. Yeah. And so all these people are like just jumping on him, you know, jumping on him. You hate to see it. And he posted something about like, tell him what I did. I forget. Well, let me see if I can find it. He goes, who wants to tell him? Okay. All his father had to do was agree to be humiliated and disgrace his son in public. Disgrace his son. Some of you are so far down the shame well. You don't, I mean, these are the people that end up like hating their dad. Like people like, I don't know if he has kids, but they're definitely going to hate their dad. Right. Okay. Where'd it go? What the fuck? Somebody goes, this poor kid is going to be bullied mercilessly because his father didn't have the stones to tell a woman no. Yes, he is, but that also gives him his opportunity to surpass his father. Like, dude, you don't even know him, you know? You don't even know him. And it's like, he's just been tweeting about this all day. 3.1 million people find this person interesting enough to follow, which is remarkable. But he had something on here about like who wants to tell him. And apparently like there's some picture of him with Antifa or something of like, you know, apparently he like stared down Antifa, but to me, Antifa is, it's like, bro, Antifa is talk about, you think you're tough because you stared down you know, they all live with their mommies, right? They all like, none of them have jobs. They're all like 5'4", 130 pounds, and they just yell shit and we're all black. They're not actually like, unless you're Andy No, Andy No is the biggest right-wing conservative grifter of all of them. And there's many right-wing conservative grifters, but he's the king of it. If you don't know my history with Andy No, the biggest piece of shit, the biggest asshole ever is Andy No. That motherfucker just goes into the middle of Antifa with like a dinner bell and it's just like, hey guys, can I take pictures of you and post you on the internet? And then they beat the shit out of him every time. And he's like, oh man, I got beat up again by Antifa. It's the biggest scam I've ever seen with that guy. So, but they're all the same. They're all the same. So, like, you're scared of Antifa, bro? Give me a break. Give me a break. Go do it to Brian Albert. Let's see you do that. Go do that in Canton. Go to see if McCarthy's for a meal of food. Come outside. See what happens. See how you do with that. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that situation. So, all right. Next thing I want to talk about is the motion that was denied. So one was allowed and one was denied. Allow me to grab it, please. Hold on, give me one sec. Yesterday. And I know Melanie went over this yesterday. Okay. So I'm in a tough situation here because I'm a guy that's very opinionated and likes to give my opinions on things. But I'm also a guy who is at the mercy of Judge Doolin. So I don't want to be too critical of him, even though I don't agree with this ruling. I'm just going to say that that's the harshest criticism I'll give. I don't agree with this, but I do agree with one of them. So we had two rulings yesterday. He ruled on the motion to unimpound all of the documents in our possession, the communications between the various proctors and McAlberts and the DA's office, all that stuff, everything. And the motion to disqualify Mello. So let's read this. Let's see what he says. We won one of them. We lost the other. All right. Presently before the court is Kearney's motion to disqualify Special Prosecutor Ken Mello. This is allowed. On February 4th, Kearney was indicted on one count of witness intimidation and one count of unlawful wiretapping. I think it's February 22nd, he meant. But after receiving discovery material that is currently subject to a protective order, Kearney learned that ADA Mello received telephone calls from a witness before, during, and after Kearney allegedly committed the crimes underlying his indictment. So that would be the fake victim. And her cell phone is under a protective order, even though we've already basically published the whole thing when we first got it. And I guess I'm supposed to just make you guys forget that you saw that stuff. But I don't know if that's how it works. But anyway, it goes on to say, discussion. Kearney contends Mello must be disqualified as counsel because he, in communicating with the witness during the time frame the crimes were allegedly committed, made himself a necessary witness. At trial, a prosecutor shall not advocate at a trial in which the lawyer is likely to be a necessary witness. A witness is necessary where the proposed testimony is material and relevant and is not cumulative and unobtainable elsewhere. In considering whether to disqualify counsel, a judge must closely scrutinize the facts before him or her to determine whether a lawyer's continued participation as counsel taints the legal system. Here, ADA Mello, in receiving communications from a witness while the alleged crimes were being committed, made himself a potential witness in Kearney's case. As such, ADA Mello may very well be called as a witness at trial by Kearney or the Commonwealth to testify to the content of those communications. Therefore, because ADA Mello could be called as a witness at trial, he must be disqualified from prosecuting this particular case. Not the McAlbert case, but just the fake victim case. Which is amazing because that's not what he was brought on to do. He was brought on to prosecute me with the McAlberts. And because he wanted to become so involved, I don't know what his thing is with the fake victim. Like, the second they are alerted to the fact that, we have this woman by the name of Kate Peter, who is obsessed with Aidan Kearney, who has a history of forging documents. That's all out there. He's written about it. He's posted about it. Who is singularly obsessed with him and wants to hurt him and is constantly trying to put him in jail. She has come forward as the only source of information in the indictments against me for the McAlbert stuff. Well, look what she found. She found a new pet. She gets contacted by the fake victim on December 9th and is like, literally puts in writing that we are going to make you a witness. I don't know what you witnessed, but we're just going to make you a witness. And then when he contacts you, we're going to call it witness intimidation. That was their plan. And they talked to Mello about it. She has Mello's number by like the next day. The day after I don't go over her apartment on December 9th. They literally go over there. Okay. And so then they get her in touch with Tully and everything. And she calls him Ken. They call him Ken in emails. And so she's emailing Ken and saying like, oh yeah, what do you guys need? And then eventually Tully asks for her phone. And Tully gives her a grand jury summons, a fake one, as bait on December 22nd. And so I end up going, she sends me this fake grand jury summons on the 22nd. And I like, this can't be real. It's just, what the fuck is it? I'm like, how does Brian Tully know who you are? I've been over the story a million times before. She confesses to me later that night that everything she did, that she got mad at me and she went to them and this and that. And, was so sorry and wishes she could take it back. And Tully told her she doesn't need a lawyer. Now, in hindsight, I should have been like, good luck, bitch. Like, that's what too bad. That sucks to be you. That's what I should have said. But me being a softie, I'm like, I felt bad for her. She was crying. And, she really wanted me to help her out with a lawyer. I'm like, well, she's like, I want to show you all my messages. So with them, and I feel used by them and blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, okay. So she invites me over her apartment. I go the next day, the night of the 23rd. We go to the conference room in her apartment building. She shows me everything. I read them all before we go into so first I go in the conference room. We talk for a while and she's kind of being sketchy about the phone, which is the whole reason I'm there. She wants me to look through her phone. She wants to show me them. Okay. And then she goes in the bathroom for a long period of time in the conference room. And unbeknownst to me, she's on the phone with Tully and she sends him a message and Mello. She's on the phone with both of them. She's telling them that I'm there. And instead of telling her, like, that should have been the first sign for Tully and Mello. But like, wait a minute. I thought you were done with him. Why is he at your apartment right now? And I see Richie's in the comments. He's like, Tully fucked her over too. I love Richie, but I disagree with that take. I think they all just fucked each other over. Like, I think because saying that he fucked her over takes agency away from her and her part in this. She was a willing participant in this, and she deserved to get fucked over by Tully. Like, that's the funniest thing ever to me, that Tully fucked her over. But regardless, she's on the phone with them. And instead of telling her, like, wait a minute, he's dangerous. You're a witness against him. Like, can you get him out of there? Can you tell him to go home? Instead, she tells them, I'm deleting all of our messages right now. He wants to look through my phone. So I'm going to delete all of our messages and let him look through my phone. Okay. And then she goes, don't call me. And later on, she goes into the bathroom at like 1 a.m. So we go into her apartment. We've seen that she's called Mello at like 1 a.m. and then at like 3 a.m. We're done looking through the phone. It's time to go. And that is when she lost it. And she took the abortion pill in front of me and woke the kids up and called. You can hear on that tape, she's calling someone at like the 6-minute mark. I'm like, who are you calling? Are you going to make some shit up and say that I hit you or something? And if I had actually hit her, you know what you would say in that situation? You would say, you did hit me. Yeah, I go, are you going to make up a lie and say that I hit you? But she doesn't say you did hit me. Like, that's what a normal person would say if you did hit me, but she doesn't say that. And so, but everybody knows I didn't hit her, obviously. It's just not who I am. Big softy again. Idiot, dumb, but make stupid decisions, but definitely not a batterer or anything like that, obviously. So, especially with somebody like her, like, I'm going to fucking hit her. I'm just going to leave. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, So anyway, the person she called was Ken Mello. And so that's what he's saying. And so Ken Mello doesn't call the police, doesn't do anything. He's just sitting there looking through his fridge Like that. That's what I love. That's what the whole microdots video is going to be about. But this is a huge deal. Like the taxpayers paid Ken Mello over $100,000 to prosecute me, and he hasn't done anything. And he got himself disqualified and is now a witness for the defense. And we are going to get his phones. Like we can get that now. He is literally going to be our witness. We want everything from this guy. So it's a big deal. He's pretending to be dying. He's been doing that for a while. Maybe he's telling the truth. Maybe he's not. I don't know. But his Twitter fingers work because he's tweeting up a storm still. He's still responding to Ron DeSantis and whoever else on there, So that's a big win. Now for the loss. And you're right, Richie. People need to know the truth. Exactly. And Richie's going to give it to him. So, on the motion to release the documents, the defendant presently before the court is Kearney's motion to vacate several protective orders that prohibit the dissemination of discovery material provided to him by the Commonwealth. The motion is denied. Kearney's motion is titled as one requesting documents be released from impoundment. The documents issue are subjected to protective orders. I don't know the difference, but okay. Kearney requests this court allow certain unspecified texts and emails from police officers, DAs, and connected civilians to be available for public viewing. He raises two arguments. First, he asserts that he and his lawyers have a First Amendment interest in disseminating information procured through discovery. Second, the protective orders must be vacated because the Commonwealth has not demonstrated an actual threat exists as to the witness or victim if the information is disseminated. The court disagrees. So he's saying here that the court disagrees that there's not a threat. If we release Michael Proctor's messages or Jennifer McCabe's messages or any of these people's messages with each other, that somehow this is a threat to them. Okay, let's see. What is the basis for this? Case law. Here, the large number of texts and email messages from police, DAs, and connected civilians were obtained through discovery, and therefore are not judicial documents that the public has a right to access. Why not? I think you do have a right to access that. I mean, that's the victim here, is the public, is you have a right to see all this stuff because I've seen it already. And we can reference it in court filings. It has to be redacted for some reason. For some reason, we are protecting Michael Proctor still. Like, that guy still gets protection. That's crazy. Consequently, contrary to Kearney's assertions, an order prohibiting dissemination of discovered information before trial is not the kind of classic prior restraint that requires exacting First Amendment scrutiny. We'll see about that. Okay. A judge may, upon a sufficient showing, issue a protective order that provides discovery or inspection be denied, restricted, or deferred, or make such other order as is appropriate. The decision to enter such an order lies with a trial judge's discretion within. Protective orders serve to shield litigants and third parties from unwarranted disclosures and, as a practical matter, to facilitate the discovery necessary for a trial. In issuing protective orders, the privacy interests of third parties have justified restrictions on the dissemination of discovery materials. So, for instance, there is in this case, Seattle Times Company. You see here, or how about U.S. versus Bulger? The privacy interests of third parties weigh in the mix of interests to consider. There is an opportunity, therefore, for litigants to obtain incidentally or purposefully information that not only is irrelevant, but if publicly released, could be damaging to reputation and privacy. So he's citing case law saying that Jennifer McCabe's reputation could be damaged if this information is released. The government clearly has a substantial interest in preventing this sort of abuse of its process. Kearney orders that the protective orders must be vacated because the Commonwealth hasn't demonstrated that any actual threat exists as to the witness or victim if such information is disseminated. And he cites number 2 here. Okay. So it goes on to say, however, a threat of physical safety is not required for the issuance of protective orders. Then what other safety is there besides physical safety? What other? It is enough if the Commonwealth can show privacy interests justify the restriction of dissemination. Here, the Commonwealth has shown Kearney has, in the past, improperly posted content online discussing very private material provided to him through discovery. Specifically, after Kearney was provided an unredacted version of a witness's cell phone. That would be the fake victim. He agreed to a protective order that prohibited him from disseminating any information obtained from the witness's cell phone that is unrelated to his defense. True, we did. Totally did. And everything that I talked about that was in her phone was germane to our defense. I had mentioned something. She wrote this letter to the court saying that he talked about my DoorDash orders or something like that. And I was talking about how, and this is all in the filing, so it's all public. I was talking about how she's a scammer. Like she has a history of scamming. And I'm just one of her latest scams. So that's perfectly relevant to our defense. I haven't talked about our kids. And I'm sorry, she keeps talking about like my medical records or whatever. It's like, no, I'm sorry. The abortion is not your medical records. Like that is not somebody's medical records. The fact that she told me when she was doing the whole fake pregnancy thing, right? That she's like, I can't, first of all, I never asked her for an abortion. Like I never said, go get an abortion. I didn't say anything like that. I'm on record of being like, whatever you don't do anything you would regret, basically. That was my thing. And so I never once said that. But she's like, I can't get an abortion because I'm against it. And it's, I don't believe in it and blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. Totally get it. All right. But that was a manipulation tactic. If you say something like that, and as it turns out, you've had like 4 or 5 abortions or some shit, right? Then you're a liar. That affects your credibility. So like mentioning that that's perfectly germane to our defense. If we found out in her phone that she had done this previously and that like the pills that she took that night were left over from a previous abortion, for some reason she just had leftovers. If you have a fucking, a buy 4, get 1 free at Planned Parenthood card, right? Then you're lying. You're manipulating me if you're saying that shit. Okay. I'm sorry. That's perfectly germane to our defense. You feel like a fucking punch card. Oh, this one's on the house. Oh yeah. You again. If you're on a first name basis with the desk lady at the Planned Parenthood, you don't get to pretend like you're I'm against this. It's dishonest. It's dishonest. Okay. Anyway, R.I.P. Baby Clay. Let's not forget Clay's role in this. So it goes on to say, despite this agreed upon protective order, Kearney continued to share this witness's private information that was not pertinent to his defense. I disagree. That is pertinent to my defense. Would you guys not agree with that? What I just said there? Like that is because that's what was contentious about what I shared. And it's like, that seems pretty goddamn germane to my defense, that stuff. Okay. After the court issued a second protective order, barring Kearney from posting or otherwise disseminating any material from the witness's cell phone directly or by means of any third party, he continued to discuss the contents of the cell phone that is wholly unrelated to his defense. That's not true. That's not true. And it's all out there. It's in the Betero letters. Like, it's all published. It's in the court docket. Anyway, Kearney argues. So, like, think about this. This is wild. We are arguing that the McAlbert stuff, unrelated to her, the McAlbert stuff, that should all be unimpounded. And Doolin's decision here is that I can't do that because you have a history with the fake victim of talking about the contents of her phone. So you might talk about these. I don't get it. Like with hers, it's like all of these things in this protective, that all the stuff that's protected should be available to the public. And it's also relevant to my defense. And also, who cares about her? Like, what does she have to do with anything? That's like saying, well, he's also, he didn't keep a secret back in high school one time, so he might do it. It's like, what does that have to do with anything? Okay. It has nothing to do with anything. It's just crazy, man. Crazy. Kearney argues that because some of the discovery materials pertains to public officials, yes, they do, any misconduct they may have committed should not be shielded from the public. Yeah. Well, there most certainly is public interest in how public officials behave. This does not mean that discovery material, which has no tradition of being publicly accessible, should be disseminated at the potential expense of public officials' reputation. What? Okay, I'm not going to criticize Judge Doolin, but that's wild to me that we have to worry about the potential expense of Michael Morrissey and Yuri Buchanan and Michael Proctor's reputation, public officials. We have to worry about that. We have to protect their reputations. That's wild to me. Or to influence potential jurors. What's the footnote here? Kearney has in the past stated his desire to influence the jury. That is such to influence the jury. They're taking comments I said about the Karen case, in which I was like doing a protest outside of Morrissey's office. And I'm like, yeah, we are trying to taint the jury pool. I go, yeah, we're educating the public. If you want to call that tainting the jury pool, that's what we're doing. Like, we are educating the public about the Karen case, throwing up a billboard with a QR code on it, handing out flyers, doing God knows what. That's legal. You're allowed to do that. It's like, it's just the imaginations on these people with this stuff. The imaginations. And so you all are being robbed of this because we have to protect their reputation. Moreover, Kearney requests also concern text and email communications pertaining to connected civilians. The dissemination of these materials could result in these individuals suffering clearly predictable injuries to their reputations. Oh, no. I'm sorry. If the contents of Jennifer McCabe's text messages affect her reputation, that's on her. Why are we protecting Jennifer McCabe's reputation? Accordingly, restrictions on the dissemination of discovery materials were and remain necessary to prevent unfairly prejudicial pretrial publicity, which might hamper the selection of an impartial jury. But Michael Proctor can go on TV and talk about how he's the victim of witness intimidation. And Jennifer McCabe can do the same. They can, what? But I can't be like, actually, here's their messages showing otherwise. What? That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. But hey, I'm not going to criticize Judge Doolin because I don't want to piss him off. So I disagree. I disagree with that. We'll just leave it at that. And hopefully we can, with the mega motion, and when he reads that, he'll get the bigger picture of exactly what's going on here. I don't think he really gets the whole picture yet, But yeah. All right, cool. All right. Let me read some turtle chats here before we move on to the next thing. All right, we have all right, $10 from Lee, who says, people keep saying Mello was on a text with fake victim. He wasn't the only one on the phone with that crying actress. Tully was too, I know. Exactly. It happened to me. A false order on me after meeting her once to help her. Oh, okay. A relative told me Tully was behind it. They cared more about being dirty against me than her children's safety. They were involved in my brother's Canton case in 2014. Well, sorry to hear that, Lee. It doesn't surprise me. Appreciate that. Laura sends $5 and goes, someone caught a fly ball between my feet once. I was turning so it wouldn't hit my face. Fair game. It was his. They gave it to my kid. Then he gave it to my kid the way it should be. Kids first. Free Turtleboy. Exactly. Kids first is my big thing about that. Like, bro, there's a kid involved. Next, Jessica Hale sends $20 and goes, hey, daddy, check out Preston Lord case out of Arizona. A 16-year-old who was beaten to death in October of 23 by a gang of affluent teens who called themselves the Gilbert Goons. The murder was covered up by the police for a while until they realized the citizens weren't going to stop until something was done. And yes, the police and the state actually qualified the Gilbert Goons as a street gang. Don't read the next part out loud, but damn. I can't, I would definitely get demonetized if I read the rest of this message. Oh, good Lord. But thank you very much, Jessica. I appreciate that. All right. And watch out for those Gilbert kids or whatever. All right. Stop it. You guys are. Anyway, next up, Jill sends $10, goes testing because they're manipulating the process. Billing for work never actually done. There's more we don't know yet, but one day the truth will come out and the FBI will know everything. I mean, you're more confident than I am. You know, you're more confident than I am. But you know, I don't know. I don't know if the feds are ever going to do shit. It's just, I feel like it's just too, how are they going to get them? Unless they get someone to flip, and they can't flip because they're all in on it together. They're all stuck in the same lie. And if nobody else is going to, you know, if nobody flips, because if they're not putting pressure on them to flip, then why would the fuck would they flip? They got away with it, you know? And they probably, you know, I was thinking about this too. Because I'm like, how could they do this to someone? How do they sleep at night? Framing, I get not want to go to jail yourself. I totally get that. That makes sense to me. You don't want to go to jail. Nobody wants to go to jail for the rest of their life. Totally get that. But how are you okay with like framing someone else and putting them in jail? Like, how do you sleep at night knowing you did that? And I kind of get it a little more now. I kind of get it. Like, it's like they hate it. It was easy for them to hate Karen Reed. You know what I mean? Like, she made it easy for them. Like, you have to hate a person to feel comfortable doing what they did to her, you know, framing her for murder. Like, they had, because I'm like, how are these people fucking comfortable with this? Like, nobody has a conscience. None of them do. But it was just, they quickly learned to hate her. And, you know, no offense to Karen Reed. It's like, but she was somewhat easy for them to hate. Like, it was just like, because if she was like, if she cried a lot and she was pathetic and sad, you know what I mean? And came to court and, you know, and was like sad and I didn't do this. I swear I love John, like something like that. Like, that would be, I think that they would have a tougher time doing what they were doing to her. Like, like sleeping at night wise. You know what I mean? Like it would be hard for I don't know, pick one, like Nicole Albert, like would have it, or Brian Albert Jr. One of these people would be like, oh man, I feel fucking bad for this chick. Oh, like part of, like somebody would be thinking that, like somebody would be like, fuck, you know. But then they see her, and she's associated with Turtleboy, and she's making faces in court, and she's calling these people out, and she's like, you know, Natalie releases the text messages between us, and she's talking shit about them, and it just became really easy for them to hate her. You know what I mean? And so like they rationalized hating her, right? Like so because you have to hate someone to feel comfortable doing what they did to her, right? You see what I'm saying? Like that was the part I never got with them, was that like, how could you guys do this to someone? Like, how are you people okay with this shit? You know what I mean? And like, how could you do this to an innocent person that you know is fucking innocent? You know she didn't do this shit. You know you motherfuckers did this shit. Like, how do you get away with it? And then they're just like, they're so mad about how she fought back. They fucking hate that. They hate her mannerisms. They hate her faces. And, you know, she just, you know, and she didn't have anyone on her side either. Like she wasn't good at, and I've said this before, I sound like a broken record, but like she wasn't good with like, she didn't have what Jennifer McCabe had. Jennifer McCabe has a lot of people who defend her, right? Not a lot. Like obviously most people don't defend her, but like she's got a crew, you know, she's got a little posse of basic bitches of Norfolk County that will like defend her to the death. I mean, you got fucking Google searches saying how long to die and go, like you got her dead to rights. And these motherfuckers are still like, she's innocent. She's a normal mom. She's a soccer mom. How the fuck did she do that? How did she get anyone to believe that? It's because she's really fucking good at manipulating people and just tricking them. And her people skills are good. Like you have to be real here. Her fucking people skills are good. Like she spent the whole fucking day, January 29th, just texting and calling everyone, making sure all her bases were covered. All the bases were covered. Like Peggy O'Keefe, check. Carrie Roberts, check. Paul O'Keefe, check. Kaylee Furbush, check, check, check. She made sure she got that girl good. And whatever. So I don't know. Like she was a master manipulator. Like she is the exact opposite of Karen Reed. Like she is too good with people. Too much of a scammer. Karen Reed's the opposite. Karen Reed's not good with a lot of people. And that is ultimately but luckily what Karen Reed had were facts on her side and evidence. And that, like, I would not have jumped on this case if I didn't jump on this case because Karen Reed was charming. You know what I mean? I didn't talk to Karen Reed for like the first month until I started investigating this. I was drawn into it by the facts and the evidence. Like that's what drew me to this case. Alan Jackson's 94-page affidavit filed on April 12th, 2023 that I just devoured. And I'm like, oh my God, Apple Health data? Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Deleted phone calls, Celebrate data? Yeah, I like that. That's convincing. Okay. You know, like that's the stuff that won me over this. And none of that has to do with Karen Reed's personality or who she is. Like she didn't win me over. Fucking the facts won me over, you know? Whereas Jennifer McCabe never had the facts on her side. So she had to make up for it with her ability to schmooze people. See what I'm saying? It's the exact opposite. Karen Reed came armed with the facts. The facts of the case are what they are. She's innocent. The facts show that. The science shows that. The data shows that. Common sense shows that. But Jennifer McCabe, you got to give it to her, guys. I'm sorry. She sucks. She's horrible. But the fact that she's not arrested, the fact that she has anyone out there that supports her is fucking impressive. Like that's fucking crazy that you could get. That is a crazy ability to schmooze. There's a reason they had her doing it and not Nicole Albert or Brian Albert or even Chris Albert. Like Jennifer McCabe was the one that was her fucking job she was the PR person on this shit. And she won those motherfuckers over. She won the cops over that morning. She knew exactly who she had to fucking win over. She couldn't win the FBI over, you know? And, you know, she even won some fucking jurors over because some of them believe she, you know what I mean? Like, she was good at it. You got to give it up. Like, it's like she was fucking, this should not have been a fight. This should have been like, bro, she's innocent. These people did it. They're all going to jail. It's the way it should have been. The fact that it's not, that we had to fucking do this, like, that's crazy. This never should have happened. It never should have happened. She is one of the most evil, diabolical, but also somewhat gifted fucking people I've ever encountered. Jennifer McCabe. You got to give it to her. I'm sorry. She's a sociopath. I totally agree with it. Totally agree with that. But it's a fucking talent, is it not? It's a horrible talent. It's an evil talent, but a talent it still is. I don't know. All right, next up. And that's a good point. Karen was single with no kids and made lots of money in a male-dominated field. Nothing her keeping from living her high life however she wants. The normal moms were jealous as hell. And all the dudes want to care. I don't know if all the dudes want her. I mean, the decorated dudes especially did. But, you know, the normal moms were jealous as hell. Do you think they were jealous? I don't know if they were jealous. I don't think they were that jealous. Do you think they was jealous? I don't think they were jealous. I mean, they just think they don't want to go to jail, bro. They just didn't want to go to jail. They never intended to kill John. They didn't want to frame Karen Reed until John was dead, right? I think it's just simpler than that. I think they just didn't want to go to jail. I don't know. I mean, why wouldn't the men want her? She's beautiful. It's like, well, was she attainable though? You know what I mean? Like, you don't want a woman unless you got a chance with her, right? Like, you could see like a hot woman who's with one of your buddies, but you're like, well, I'm going to fuck her. Why would you think that? She's with your buddy. You know what I mean? Why would you think that? So, and she, like, first you got to test them out. You down with swinging? You down with this? Because we got a little thing going on over here at Fairview, by the way, you know? Anyway, next up, Carissa sends $100. Whew, thanks, Carissa. And she says, for defense or take your boy out to see a Worcester ball game. Way to go, Turtleboy Live. I loved you saying dad was awesome. The kid made out in the end too. Yeah, he did. He learned a very valuable lesson that being honest and decent pays off. You know, it really does. So I definitely think that they won out in the end. But, you know, Jack, what's his Posey? Him. Yeah, he don't like you, though. So you got that going for you, kid. You lost him. Posse boy. All right, next. I'm still dying over that Jessica Turtle chat. Anyway, Jill sends, no, you read that one. Jess sends $5 and goes, don't read this out loud. Oh, I didn't mean to read it. Okay. Oh, you did send 40. So this is the same Jess. And then she says, that was my first turtle chat. But more importantly, I sent you $40. Did I say 20? I got all 40. I did. Oh, man. It's okay. Okay. All right. All right. Thanks, Jess. All right. Anyway, let me read some turtle chats here. You guys are funny. I got a couple cash apps here. Hold on. Chad sends $8. Chad, you are the randomest. Every show, Chad sends me like a turtle chat. $5, $10, $8 today. And it is the randomest shit ever. And sometimes it makes no sense. Okay. He just says iced coffee. That's all he says. So the Chad turtle chats, it comes once an episode. It's a random number and a random chat every single time. So thank you, Chad. Okay. Next up. Chris sends $5 and goes, did you see that Manny Lopes? Did you happen to see Manny Lopez or Lopes when you were locked up? I went to school with that kid and Rockland was a psychopath. So no, Manny Lopes was not in the Norfolk County House of Corrections. He was in the Suffolk. He was in the South Bay one. Is that the jail in Boston? The Suffolk County House of Corrections. because he was not, there's too many, like he's a cop killer. So they determined that putting him in a Norfolk County jail where a lot of COs are from Weymouth, would not be an ideal place. And a lot of people in the Norfolk County jail, of course, would be locked up by Weymouth police too. So yeah, I did not see him there. Okay, cool. All right. Next up, last thing we'll talk about here. One of the last. Oh, before we do that, announcement to make. Winner of the Wilbur. We got another raffle here. The winner of the Wilbur, not a raffle. I don't know what a raffle is. The giveaway. We don't do raffles. I don't know what a raffle is. It's a giveaway. We're just giving away tickets. Okay. People were kind enough to buy tickets and they want to give them away. So we're giving them away. But who are we going to give them away to? We'll find out. The only way to do it is to spin the wheel. Okay. So let's find out who won the giveaway, shall we? Let's do it right now. All right, our winner is Linda Evelyn. Linda Evelyn, congratulations. You're going to the Wilbur. Congratulations. So just send, I believe, Jennifer Altman a message. And yeah, or me or whatever. And we'll get you those. We're doing at least 2 more giveaways this week. I got 2 more people that have donated their tickets. So we're going to be doing more of the giveaways this week for this because we want to get as many cool people down there as we can on Friday night. All right, it's going to be dope. Congratulations, Linda Evelyn. We're going to see you. You're going to the Wilbur. You're going to the Wilbur. All right, cool. All right, let's do we have anything else here that I don't want to forget something I'm covering there. Got all this. Okay. All right. I think I got it all. Okay, cool. All right. Let me pull up what I was going to talk about here. The trial expenses. All right. So I know Melanie Little did a whole thing about this. She actually sent me her her version of this with the kind of markings. And I don't want to go through the whole thing, but man, wait, is the turtle chat up? The turtle chat's still up, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So, yeah, what do we have here? All right. So I forget her fucking name. Why am I drawing a blank? Marbury versus Madison online. She's an attorney in, I believe, North Carolina or one of those areas. She's amazing with public records requests. And so she did her public records request and for how much basically this whole trial cost. She did the first trial and the second trial. And the second trial was fucking crazy expensive. Let me see if I can find her Twitch watch. She's got a good Twitch watch. Give her a follow. She goes by @Marbury_V_mad. Oh, there's Georgia. Okay. She's riding high these days. You guys heard what she said at the end of the trial too? She said, Donna Adelson convicted. You guys might've seen. And then she mouthed, you convicted an innocent woman. She says, yeah, she got convicted of murder. And one of the foreman says that she believes that Wendy's going to be next. When asked about it, Georgia Kappelman said, we'll see. It sounds like I don't know. It took like a week to get Wendi after Charlie was convicted. We'll see about. I mean, to get Donna. We'll see about Wendi. I don't know why they need one to get the other. I don't get it, but I wouldn't want to be Wendi Adelson right now. It wouldn't feel, especially if I was actually involved in the murder. That would make me uncomfortable. So we'll see. Everybody wants her to be because she's not likable at all. I'm telling you, she's not likable because she changed the kids' last names. Like that's what made her so unlikable. Like that is that is so cold. Not taking your kids to your dad's funeral, not going to visit his grave ever, cutting them off from the grandparents completely, basically. They have to hate her. You know it. Like they took her it's like they know she did it. And they know her family's fucking did it because 2 of them have been fucking convicted of this, And Donna's going to imagine finding out, like, I'm going to die in jail, especially as like an elderly person. Like, I'm going to die in here. Fuck. Well, it'll only feel like an eternity, But anyway, yeah, those poor boys is right. That's exactly it. I feel for those boys. Those boys lost everything. And they don't even know it. They don't even know it's like the Furbush kids, they're such victims in this whole thing. And they're around the people that killed, like for the whole time, like they had access to Donna Adelson for like 9 years after she ordered the hit on their dad and Uncle Charlie too. They had access to him for 8 years. But yeah. And like urging the kids to dress them up like fucking Nazis, dress the kids up like Nazis to troll him. It is just horrible. But anyway, back to Marbury versus Madison here. So Aperture sent a revised invoice omitting $1,000 from Welcher's rebuttal travel time. Why did they add that travel time? Blah, blah, blah. Hold on. Okay, so she had a whole thread here. So Aperture invoices. This is too small. I got it on a bigger screen. I can bring it up. Let's just go through it. Wait, what's this? I think we all knew Hank Brennan was full of it when he said Shannon Burgess's supplemental report came out of the blue. Time entries suggest otherwise. Oh, that's interesting. By the way, Judd Welcher claims he charges $750 an hour. It's actually $900 an hour. $900. And they claimed that they were paid, the Aperture made $400,000 off this trial. They made $600,000 off this trial. $600,000, which is crazy. So I'll just bring this up. Here's Mary Ellen Gray. She's the one, the paralegal that's like in love with Hank. I think she made like 60 grand off this trial. So some of her invoices, 4,600, just little by little, Trep prep legal support hours, 197 rate. She only makes $50 an hour. I mean, I say only. That's not bad payday, but compared to some of these other people, just the things that they charge. Okay, who's this for? That's for her. All right, let me start at the top here. I went over these in that. So a whole bunch of, so first of all, you got all the goddamn transcriptions for all these shows. Hanky wanted every show, right? I want to interview with Dateline. I want to interview with 2020. I want this. I want that. Well, that requires transcripts and that costs a lot of money, but he's like, fuck it. He choose the company card, the taxpayer's company card. And we'll just keep doing them up. Hundreds of dollars a year, a couple grand here, whatever. And what use was any of this stuff? I don't know. Look at this one. This one. He wanted the transcript of Garrett Wing's appearance on the Melanie Little podcast. That's how nervous Hank was about, and he follows this shit. Like Lally never would have done this. He's like nervous about Garrett Wing. Like I need to, because it's my biggest regret about the trials. We were robbed of Garrett Wing. We should have, he would have killed it. And Hank was scared of him. Hank didn't know what to do. He tried to keep him out of the trial. He lost. But he wants all those interviews. And Garrett Wing YouTube podcast, $308 he paid for that. The docu-series transcript, $1,000. So these are all transcripts. Interviews with Nathan Reed. How much did this one cost? $3,180. Woo! The voir dire transcripts. How about this one? This is a Buchanan, $280. On November 13th, Trooper DeChico and I, that mofo's around, traveled to Manhattan borough of New York City. You can just call it. You can just call it Manhattan. I feel you don't have to say Manhattan borough of New York. Or Manhattan. Yeah, like Manhattan will do. Like we all know that Manhattan's a borough of New York City, Bukkake, okay? In connection with the John O'Keefe homicide to speak with a potential witness. Because of congestion and limited parking and the multiple trips required to accomplish the mission, we utilized Uber for local transportation. As a result of traveling in New York City and the surrounding areas, the following expenses were incurred. $200 for 2 days worth of meals. It's $100 a day, $33 a meal. I mean, you couldn't stop at Sparrow's and get yourself a New York slice. You couldn't just go get a piece of pizza down on Canal Street or something like that. Not Bukkake, $33 a meal. We're spending fucking $33 a meal. Every meal is going to be good for him, including breakfast. You too good for Dunkin's, Bukkake? You too good? $80 for local transportation, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Oh, you couldn't get in a cab? You too good for the cab? There's New York City. Take a goddamn cab. Who takes an Uber in New York? All right. But who is this witness? Anybody know who the witness is? I can't, nobody can find out. Does anybody know who the witness is? I don't know. I don't know who this potential witness is. I didn't see anyone on the list from New York City. And why would they need to travel there? You can't just call them up. You can't do a Zoom call. Sounds like somebody just wanted to see the getaway, you know? I wonder if his wife came. Did the kids come too? That's what I'd like to know. Okay. Of course, they got 2 rooms. They couldn't share a room. Spent like $1,000 on rooms. I mean, this is one night. Price per night, bro. They didn't stay at the fucking Motel 6. $446 a night was their hotel room. That's crazy. Of course, he approves of it. Here's Tully's trip to Dallas to speak with Man Shannon. Awesome. Look at the computer chips for Aperture. Yeah, okay. He rents a car when he's there too, because Texas is big. Valet parking, $22. Because, God forbid he walk. God forbid. They also went to Vermont. DeChico was doing a lot of shit. Him and Bukkake went to Vermont, Burlington, Vermont, and surrounding areas for the purpose of interviewing a potential witness and processing evidence in connection to John O'Keefe homicide. So this is, first of all, what's Burlington, Vermont? 3 hours away? That doesn't require a hotel room. That's a day trip. Sorry. Burlington's a day trip. Get up there early, interview it, head on back. Sorry, bro. You don't need a hotel here for that shit. But these guys they did the whole getaway thing. And this is to speak with the Chloe people. I'm sure this is like Chloe. What they claim is Chloe. And they never use any of this shit. And they take the molding of Chloe, which was never going to be admissible ever. What else do we got here? Transcripts. Okay, a lot of stuff for transcripts there. footage. All these goddamn transcripts. Let me get to the good stuff. How about this one? Okay. This is for professional services. The weatherman. Remember the weatherman? He might have been the most forgettable witness besides Dr. Fowler in this whole trial, is the goddamn weatherman. And this guy cost $150 an hour, or $350 an hour, I guess. And to speak on Zoom with Hank Brennan, he charged $300 with that, just to talk for 1 hour. And I'm sure they rounded up. Rob Gilman, he's the guy who testified that the ground is hard as a rock. Him. Oh my God. The meteorologist. Like, imagine that. So what are you doing these days? Oh, this fucking idiot's going to pay me money to come into court and be like, when it snows, the ground gets hard. Okay, cool. Meteorologist. All right. Oh, then there's the juror selection. So these people, this was interesting stuff. So Side Law, they were chosen because they were going to do research assistance related to juror selection. Our work will include researching 150 jurors provided by you at around 4 p.m. on Friday, April 4th. So this is after jury selection has begun. Our work will commence between Friday evening and Monday morning. The scope of our research will include social media searches to identify any potential bias or prejudice for or against the defendant. Oh, yeah, I'm sure they're really looking for bias against the defendant. That would really disqualify them. They went on some person's page and they're like, I fuck Karen Reed. That they'd be like, well, yeah, let's get rid of them. Sure they would. But this is what they... So over the weekend, they just went on Facebook and were like, well, like apparently that's what they're doing. They're just like, so what are their names? Okay, well, we got Facebook, we got Snapface, Instaface, we got the Twit-Twat, and like, what if one of them is John Barron? What if John Barron is a potential juror? What are they going to do then? Are they going to accuse random jurors of being John Barron? This is so stupid. This is really what they're doing. What's even funnier is they didn't pay this during the first trial. This is not in the first invoice. So they paid the first jury was like half and half. Remember 6-6 initially for guilty, not guilty on manslaughter. And then the second jury comes back and they are completely in favor of acquittal. So they paid all this money and then they picked a jury that was more, not a single one of these people they picked had anything on their pages that said anything about Karen Reed. So it just, all this proved more than anything that like none of these people were biased. Like this was great. This was great. I love this one. $5,000 flat fee. I mean, what a waste. I mean, how about this? And then after they pick the jury, Side Law will provide research assistance related to juror selection. Our work will be performed by professional, experienced investigative analysts and will encompass researching 18 to 20 jurors provided by your office prior to the commencement of trial, as continuously monitoring social media activity throughout the duration of trial. The scope of our research will include social media searches to identify any potential bias or prejudice. So these mofos they also made another $5,000 getting paid to monitor the social media accounts of these jurors during the trial. Fucking crazy. In case they were going home and being like, yo, that bitch is innocent. Fuck Michael Proctor. Luckily, again, all this proves is that the jury was unbiased. All right, what else we got here? Side in law. So they paid them 10 grand, I think. Now what's this? 70 grand? Who's this for? Isaac Wolf. Oh, Isaac Wolf. He robbed the taxpayers blind. This guy. $70,000. I don't think he got paid that full amount. But look what he charged. And again, what did Isaac Wolf do? Isaac Wolf testified that John O'Keefe died from falling back and hitting his head on something hard. That's it. Which both sides agree with. So like nothing that Dr. Isaac Wolf said helped really either side. I mean, both sides can claim it helped them. Right? And that somebody who's drunk would be more likely to fall. Exactly. Like inside the house, that could happen. There's actually many more ways to hit your head inside the house than outside the house. All right. This is what he testified to. And his expert testimony, and he makes his wife a cappuccino every day. $600 an hour to review medical records. Okay. The depot would be $2 grand an hour. Video depot, $3 grand. Court appearances, $15,000 a day. Holy, for what? Like the Karen, if this guy was beneficial to the Karen Reed defense, they'd be like, yeah, I ain't paying that. This guy's not worth it. But when you're getting money from the public trough and it's free for you, you don't give a shit. Hank doesn't care. He's like, just expense it. What is that? Expense it on the taxpayers. They don't care. What are they going to do? Vote us out? We might. We'll see. Now what do we got here? What's this one? Karen Reed spelt wrong, of course. This is for legal fees invoice. Then spelt right here. Karen Reed trial preparation review. Oh, so this was Dr. Wolf still, I think. Yeah. $4,000 for trial prep. Court appearances, $20,000. Dude, Dr. Isaac Wolf was on the stand for like an hour. It was like he was gone. And I think they cross-examined him for like 5 minutes. He was one of the quickest. I'm like, oh, he's done already? Shit. They got this mofo. Remember, didn't they rush him in? Probably because it's like, we can't bring it back. Bro, he charges 15 grand a day. We got to get this done in one day. He charges by the day. Hurry up with your fucking questioning. And Auntie Bev is like talking about, oh, it's 3:00. It's getting kind of late here. Bitch, it ain't that late. Maybe we can sit at 5 today. Because this mofo is going to charge us another 15 grand if he stays another night. Oh, I got to get back for another surgery. Yeah, right. Sure you do. Sure you do. Hanky just didn't want to pay another 15 grand. Yeah, he canceled a full day of surgeries. This is norm. You know, did he? Did he actually do that? We'll see. Lisa Beatty writes, this is approved. I think we need to be clear about limitations on meals and taxi Ubers as well. I don't think you do. Rebuttal if necessary for Dr. Wolf. Dr. Crosby never got called. Terry Kuhn never got called, because I heard that Terry Kuhn, this is unofficial, that Terry Kuhn, the DNA lady from the UC Davis one, was not a fan of this prosecution. And I'm told, my sources were telling me that Terry Kuhn was going to refuse to go and that they couldn't make her go because she's out of state. Unconfirmed, but pretty good sources on that one. Not 100%, but I heard that. I'm just saying, dude, if you watch her trial, if you watch her testimony in the first trial, she didn't look comfortable. I'm telling you, some people are uncomfortable with this prosecution, and she was one of them. Ian Whiffen. Oh God, this scumbag. $1,200 I know this Dr. Wolf's flight. This is Miami. I don't know. flights, meals, all this stuff costs a lot of money. We are booking Dr. Wolf to fly up tomorrow. His return will be Wednesday or Thursday. Booking one way's $745. Whew. Then there's Aperture. All the Aperture docs are crazy, bro. Judson. This dude's name is Judson. Give me a break. He says he charges $750 an hour. We know he charges $900 an hour, actually. The chip off is $1,000. Yeah. Amended order, no change, $325,000, $400,000. They ended up paying him $600,000. It's crazy. What else we got here? Anyway, so you see all these people here. This guy charges $300 an hour. The whole company's making bank off of this. And Andy Clean is the connection to it. He's a former state police trooper, a detective on the cars unit. He taught Trooper Paul everything he knows, which tells you a lot. He's an idiot. I did a whole story on Andy Clean. He's a retired trooper, double dipping now. And coincidentally, his company, Andy, as Michael Morrissey calls him in emails, Andy, his company ends up making bank off of this trial. As it turns out, of all the company, and they tell them exactly what they want to hear. So there's just a whole bunch of invoices, 44,000. So they go through all the invoices here. We could sit here all day reading these, but you get the point. Aperture fucking robbed the taxpayers blind. Okay, then there's Asher Research LLC. What do? We'll find out. Legal support services. What kind of legal support? Let's find out. Thank you for choosing Asher Research LLC. The client authorizes them to retain persons and entities, blah, blah, blah. $200 to $400 an hour. What are they going to do? Does it say what they're going to do? It's got to say it somewhere here, right? Who can remind me in the chat what Asher Research does? Oh, here it is. Oh, this is what they do. Oh, yeah. It's Krusty. This is like Krusty Panties LLC. Krusty Panties and Big Red Julie Carpenter LLC. That's what they do. So this company, oh my God, how is this real? All right. So they charged $3,000 on May 28th. So this is during the trial to do background information on Richard Green and Matthew DeSogra. $2,000 to have a telephone call with Asher, searching internet for media profiles maintained by Matthew DeSogra. So maybe he's on Facebook. I don't think you're going to find much about him on Facebook for potential impeachment material. Then you got Richard Green and DeSogra again, $2,800 to research previous cases in which they were witnesses. Another $2,400 to search for Alabama statewide court records for cases, names involving DeSogra as a party. And to review expert testimony prepared by Elizabeth Lapasato. That went well. That went real well. Searched the internet. He actually wrote $2,300 to search the internet. Did they not know that Krusty Panties Esquire will do this for free? or for a couch. Do they not know this? I mean, really? What a waste. So they're looking for dirt on Lapasato. And they found it. Ooh, they found the whole scandal involving some paperwork, and she ended up resigning over that, like some scandal involving paperwork and backlog or whatever. And I think what is she just, so they paid all this money to find this dirt on her. And what happened when this was brought up across examination? She's like, oh, that's stupid. Like, that's all that is. Like, she just owned it. They're like, yo, pay $3,000 to dig up some dirt. And these guys like, ooh, Asher Research LLC. We can do things Krusty Panties Esquire can't. We got good Google ability. Go on there. Ooh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write her name into a search engine called Google, and I'm going to hit enter. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. It comes up there. There's a little scandal there. Ooh, Spanky. Here's what we found on her. That'll be $3,000, please. $3,000 handed over. And Spanky's like, oh, yeah, here's a check. Here, I have the $3,000. Oh, I'm going to roast her. Oh, money well spent. Dr. Lapasato, what can you tell me about? Were you involved in an incident involving a scandal in which the money was spent and you didn't know what was going on and there was some disorganization in your office? Oh, yeah, that's just stupid. That's just dumb. That was it. That's what happened. Remember, she was just like, she just poo-pooed it. I forget what her exact, I gotta look that up. I love her testimony. I forget what her exact testimony was, but it was something to the extent of, oh, that's retarded. I remember that. That was fucking stupid. Like she was just like, oh yeah, that was fucking, that's it. She was like, looked at him like that's it. She goes, she said it's bullshit, right? That's what she said. It was bullshit. They paid $3,000 to do some like covert research on this woman that anyone could do for free, that anyone could just go on Google and find. And her response was, yeah, that was bullshit. And then that was it. That was it. Because she ended up saying a million times John wasn't hit by a car over and over again. But they're like, yeah, but what about this thing? We paid Asher LLC to buy it. I can't. I just can't. It's fucked up because we paid for this shit. But it's so, thinking of I miss her so much. I just love Dr. Lapasato so much. I want to get her on here. She's like my hero. She was the best witness I've ever seen in anything. She is my spirit animal. I love that woman with every ounce of my being. So anyway, they reviewed the Providence Journal archives. Oh my God, it's too good. Emails, research, yeah, she would be fun. She would be cool. I told you I talked to her on the phone one time. She pretended it wasn't her, but then she confessed. She's like, yeah, it's me. I met her in the basement of the Norfolk County Courthouse. I was down there talking to Nate Reed, and then Dr. Lapasato came over. And of course I introduced myself. I said, hello, good morning, Dr. Lapasato. I am Dr. Turtleboy from one doctor to another. Just wanted to introduce myself. She goes, oh yeah. She goes, I've heard of you. That's all she said. I heard of you. That's all. It's flattering. So anyway, emails regarding research into MR, Marie Russell, Elizabeth Lapasato, and Richard Green. And again, bro, like the trolls did a better job. They found Richard Green's like arrest report from and it was funny. It was a funny arrest report. He went to a bar called McNasty's. It was called McNasty's. They found it, like Plevin found it. What he kept calling Richard Green, a scoundrel. It was a great word. He's like, he's a rascal. He's a scoundrel. He's a scoundrel, this Richard Green. And they found out like he went to a bar one time and he was like disorderly and he called McNasty's. You know how hard it is probably get kicked out of a bar called McNasty's? So, and then they showed that he looked like Chris Farley in his mugshot. But that was the best they could find on him. You know, he didn't even end up testifying. He would testify. So anyway, conducted the database research on Elizabeth Lapis. And you know why he didn't have to testify? Because the Hank Brennan brought up the Google search himself. Like, they brought it all up. They brought up Jessica Hyde. Like, it just seems so defensive. Like, if none of this is true, why you guys brought it up? Okay, cool. Anyway, $1,100 to conduct research on 3 expert witnesses, identified the subject's social media profiles, found several controversial social media posts naming Derek Ellington. He never ended up testifying. Identified civil cases involving Derek Ellington as a party, compiled evidence of his financial distress, including a foreclosure and tax liens. Identified 3 civil complaints filed against him related to his expert witness consulting practice, and conducted public record research on GW. GW is in 2 noteworthy cases involving GW and his prior job as a police officer. Who's GW? Who's GW again? I should know this one. Garrett Wing. Oh, that's right. Garrett Wing. Duh. Yeah. Okay. So like they were just looking for dirt. They're so scummy. Researched expert witness DW and AR conducted public research. Oh, so this is Wolf and Rentschler, and conducted public record research on MW. That's the wife. That's Wolf's wife, I believe. Researched the membership of his wife in the Free Karen Read Facebook group. Identified 2 court orders prohibiting AR from testifying on medical issues. That is wild. MG is, wait, there was an MG on there? Oh yeah, who's MG? It's a good question. I forget. But dude, this is so slimy. I mean, bringing up again, he's lucky that Dr. Wolf is a man of honor and dignity. Jack Posobiec would probably be like, he's a bitch for not kicking Hank's ass for bringing up his wife. But again, he had to hold his composure. He had to go, and that's why I'm all for saying, like, he brought up, that is the most unforgivable thing he did. He did a lot of unforgivable things. The way he went after Dr. Wolf's wife, and like he bring up my wife, motherfucker. Whew. 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 Maggie Gaffney, that's who it was. Thank you. That's who MG is just like, dude. Hank's wife's a whore. I mean, that's just the truth. It's just a fact. Hank's wife fucked a lot of dudes. She's a big fucking whore. And you want to talk about wife, Spanky? That's what your wife is, a fucking whore. There you go. Your stupid wife. Anyway, so that they charge 20 grand for that. That's what your tax, your kids, your roads aren't plowed, the potholes aren't filled, your kids lost a teacher, but Asher Research got paid to do that. Good job. What's Becker and Company? What'd they get paid for? $5,400. Oh, they did juror selection. They also did juror selection. So they hired 2 companies to do juror selection research? Oh my God. Social media research, 50 hours. 50 hours to go on Facebook pages. This is insane. They'll do this shit for free. Like, I guarantee they could have just hired hire one of those other accounts there. Jammy Jams, or the people that just live for this shit. Some of these people live for this shit. They would have done all for free. Just wild. Wild. What's this one? Pittsburgh Airport. Can we clarify that parking and tolls are to the airport? Oh, Mr. Bradford. Okay, Nicholas Bradford. I see an Uber I mean, really, you're penny pinching over this. You just gave $20 to $20,000 to Asher Research, and you're penny pinching over Nicholas Bradford's fucking Uber. Give me a break. I found the Ian Whiffen email in here to be interesting. He's a real cheeky fellow, that guy. Who's this from? $12,000 to who? James Crosby, who doesn't even end up testifying. The dog guy, the fake dog doctor. He charges $12,000 to do the molding, which isn't admissible at all. It's a joke. And then he's part of this trip to Vermont. He gets paid $5,000 for that. They pay for his hotel room, travel to Burlington, and he doesn't end up getting called at the trial because Hank knew that was going to end badly. Dr. Marie Russell, transcripts. I saw an email in here from Whiffen that was interesting. He said something. What's this? Kerry Roberts, transcripts. Jessica Hyde, she made a whole bunch of money off of this. How much did Jessica Hyde make? $16,000 there. She ended up making, I think, $45,000 off of this to get up there and talk about and basically defend Jennifer McCabe. Basically act as Jennifer McCabe's defense attorney. Twice, by the way, twice. Jessica Hyde, you rented a car. Okay, of course you did. Her flat, where's she's from Syracuse? Okay. She's flying in from Syracuse on JetBlue. And of course, Isaac Wolf, of course, flew first class because of course he did. So $29,000 is what Jessica Hyde cost. All to defend. I mean, that's what Jennifer McCabe is worth to these people. That's how much they want to protect her. They're willing to pay this kind of money to protect her. Crazy. This is approved, blah, blah, blah. $3,700 for this, blah, blah. Okay, you guys got the point. I think we're about done here. Anyway, there was one email from Whiffen here where he was like talking about how the outcome of the last trial and how he found it interesting and he wants to do more to help them this time around. He's such a scumbag. How'd that work out for you, Whiffy? Didn't go so well for you. Your little circle there. Put the house. Your house was inside the circle. So that's a problem. So it wasn't exactly money well spent. So yeah, Melanie's gone. Watch Melanie's show. That's really her cup of tea, is going over through the documents and analyzing it and doing all that stuff. So give her a sub if you haven't done so already, because we all love Melanie a little here, don't we? We all love Melanie. All right, next up. I'm going to read any turtle chats here. Let's see. Do we have any? All right, cool. We have Carlos sends $5 and goes, I just did a $40 on Turtleboy website, but didn't show me the comment window. Did you do the turtle chat or just donate on the website? This is for some drinks after the Wilbur. Congrats, Doc. It will be a sellout. You deserve it. Happy as fuck for you. Enjoy every moment of it. It's going to be right down to the wire if this is a sellout or not. I mean, it's pretty much almost a sellout now. Pretty fucking close. But it would be really cool to get one. You got 5 more days, basically, starting tomorrow. It's going to be dope. Thanks, Carlos. You're the man. Andrea sends $10 and goes, stifled speech so as not to piss off your judge sucks. But what choice do you have? Free Turtleboy, hashtag fuck them hoes. Yeah, you know, I guess, I mean, that's the dilemma we're in, right? It is what it is, but I'm not fucking with that shit. I said some nasty things about Judge Krupp, but that guy fucking hates me no matter what I do. So he can get fucked. Brittany sends $10, goes, hi, Turtleboy. Are you allowed to answer some more questions on your case? Yes, I am. Did you find out the Attorney General's answer to Morrissey's email? No, I have not. Did you get the full text chain with Proctor? No, we have not. What has Cosgrove said about the videos being deleted? I'll ask Tully. That's his answer. So we'll figure that out. We might need an evidentiary hearing with that. And I think I would hope we're going to get one. I would hope so. We'll find out. May sends $5 and goes, I just want to say I love the Fridge Daddy. And I can't wait to see you at the Wilbur. XOXO. P.S. The jury 4-person from the Dono Adelson trial is on TikTok and is dying to spill all the tea. And I know you have a crazy busy week, but I'd love to hear you guys. Yeah, maybe I'll try to get her on. Maybe I'll try to get her on there. Be good. I'll try reaching out there. Thanks. Hellfish Geary sends $5 and goes, Section G at the Wilbur will have a service dog just to let other patrons know in advance. A legit service dog, not a faux emotional dog. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Hellfish. And I'm glad to see you there with your service dog. Not a fake one. Thank you. Let's see. Jen sends $11 and go, listen. And she says, listen, Turtle, here's my odd amount. Spend wisely. Okay. I mean, 11 is an odd amount. It's an actual odd. It's not an even number. So thank you very much for that one. Appreciate that. Let me just refresh this one so I don't miss anyone. The turtle chats. Oh, we got one from Jill. Sends $10 and goes, it's absurd that they believe reporting on Karen Reed is somehow illegal just because you relied on a CI, Karen Reed, who shared information that was both accurate and already publicly available. The fact that she gave you the information is irrelevant. Exactly. Reporters have always reached out to victims or defendants in cases, and no one has ever claimed that practice was unlawful. Exactly. And even if some stories did come directly from Karen Reed, you still give the other side an opportunity to appear on your show. So let's just say this. There's one, I'll tell you this tangent on that. So I'll give you a little clue here. Okay. So I haven't told everything, you know what I mean? Everything. I'm saving some content for the documentary. And so I actually am you could say, oh, Turtleboy's not a reason why Karen Reed was acquitted. He's just a mouthpiece. He's the crowd daddy, blah, 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 blah. Actually, it's untrue. And I got receipts for it. Okay. So you're going to see one of the witnesses in the trial was all me. I like one of these witnesses on there. I did that and I got receipts of it. It was my idea. And on top of that, they didn't want to do it. I'm just going to leave it at that. That's my little spoil. That's my hint there. And I'm going to air this in the documentary for the first time, that one of the witnesses at the trial, who was huge for Karen Reed, huge, right? And was not called the first trial. Another hint. Okay. And it was not Lucky. I did not find Lucky. I want to be very clear of that. It was not Lucky. Because Karen Reed's private investigator spoke with Lucky like way over a year before I did. I was just the first to interview Lucky and get it on the record, get his story on the record, right? Because it was not on the record at all. So I couldn't report it. I knew about Lucky. In like May or June of 2023. But I couldn't report what I had because I had Karen Reed's private investigator report, and that would give away the fact that I was speaking with Karen Reed if I published that, right? So I couldn't publish it. So like, but I'm like, wait. So I told Karen and I said, what if I just find Lucky on my own? And maybe he'll talk to me. And when I first talked to him, it was bad timing. His wife had died a month or so earlier. I found him in June of 2023. And I've told this story before. His wife died a month earlier, and he was kind of like cold to me and standoffish. Apparently he had been told at work that he was not allowed to talk about this case at all. And to me, it sounded like, I'm like, oh, this is yet another guy who knows something. He's like another Scanlon. He knows something and he's not talking about it. And so I had some comments on my YouTube presentation about how, you know, you shouldn't be scared of the McAlberts or whatever, but you should, you know, you need to talk and blah, 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 blah. And that's what Hank called witness intimidation, those quotes. Anyway, it was just bad timing. I reached out to Lucky 2 months later after he had time to grieve his wife and process that and kind of, and he felt comfortable speaking with me at that point. And I got the interview. So I was the first to kind of explain who Lucky was to the world, but I did not find him. I can't take credit for that, but you will see that one of the witnesses called at the second trial was my idea, and the defense didn't want to do it, but I talked him into it, and it worked out exactly as I said it was going to work out. We'll leave it at that. Anyway, next. Do we have any more? Because I got to save some content for the documentary. You know, I got to save some content for the documentary. All right, cool. Not saying who it was. Maybe I found one of the doctors. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I did some research. I don't know. We'll see. All right, cool. Anybody else got anything to say? Ooh, or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. Again, somebody they knew about in the first trial, but didn't call. We'll see. All right, cool. Anyway, guys, anybody else got anything to say? When will the documentary? Hopefully by 3 or 4 months from now. That's what we're hoping for. By Christmas. That's our goal. And the documentary is going to be so good. And we've done they're going to be they were there for the trial. They were there for all that shit. They got a lot of footage. We're working on one more person that we're trying to ink up for a contract with this. And then we're just good to go. You know, Jeff from Compelling Pictures, who's the man, the best dude ever, the producer, trust him 100%. You know, his big thing is not the doc, but the movie. He's like the doc is going to be, he's all about the feature film, right? That this is going to be used as to build up hype for the movie. Like that's his plan here. And it's going to be dope when it all comes out. All right, guys. Well, all right. Anyway, tomorrow is Patriots opening day. It's a huge day for us. If we lose to the Raiders at home, that's going to suck because they're not a good team. They're not a Super Bowl contender. They're not a playoff contender. You know, it is what it is. We'll find out. It's interesting. People aren't really getting it in the comments. I see all your guesses, but nobody's really getting it. People saying go Bills. I mean, they got a tough game. They start off with the Ravens. That's a tough one. See, go Lions. They got a tough one too. They got the Packers, right? It's a tough one. We'll find out. But sometimes I forget my audience isn't that local anymore. But us Pats fans, we're used to Super Bowls around here. We've been fiending. We have gone a while without one, like 5 years. It's too long, and we need them back. So we went through the Mac Jones experiment. Didn't work out very well, but now we got Drake May, and we're gonna see what happens tomorrow. So anyway, guys, we'll see you guys all for the next episode of Turtleboy Live on Tuesday. Enter the giveaways. Try to get tickets to the Wilbur, and we'll talk soon. All right? Peace, Turtle Riders.
It calls for Data